Hello everybody and welcome to the Charlotte Motor Speedway of the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series Coca-Cola 600, our second crown jewel race of the season, one of the most anticipated mile and a half we've come to yet this year. William Byron leads the green flag alongside Ryan Blaney, and we're green and underway here in the Coke 600 on Memorial Day weekend. Who will drive their way into victory lane? We're going to find out as Byron clear for the lead early in this race over Ryan Blaney. Last year's winner from real life, Christopher Bell, behind in second. Don't count out Alex Bowman right there in the picture. Or, of course, Kyle Larson trying to become only the second driver to complete 1,100 miles of racing in one day. That would be Tony Stewart was the first one to do so. Larson, of course, trying to win in the 600 here. As I've seen our simulation starting at the front of the field. In real life, he'll be starting at the rear after missing qualifying. So it'll be Byron leading over Christopher Bell. Blaney there in third. Bowman and Reddick fight for fourth, but Byron out to the lead early here in the Coke 600. And now into lap 10. Here comes the 20 of Christopher Bell to the inside. Bell, of course, real life won the All-Star race just last week with that move on Joey Logano at North Wilkesboro. Now gets to the inside of Byron, and Christopher Bell leads the Coca-Cola 600 on lap number 11. Still a long way to go here in stage 1. On lap 13, Byron's gotten his way back around Christopher Bell for the race lead in this race. Now Byron leads. Christopher Bell tries to find his way by in second. Now in lap traffic, trying to negotiate Shane Van Gisbergen, and here comes the 48 of Alex Bowman. Bowman to the inside of Byron, and now he's going to drive his way into the race lead. Alex Bowman leads the Coca-Cola 600 on lap 31, about to lap the rookie of Connor Zilisch in his second career start. But now Bowman gets stuck behind Zilisch, opening the door up for Christopher Bell. It was a huge push from Ryan Blaney down the backstretch, and Bell back to the lead here in Charlotte as they put Connor Zilisch and Shane Van Gisbergen one lap down. Now on lap 33, Bell leads over Ryan Blaney, but a caution's out on the speedway. Caution is out here in Charlotte. Some kind of accident has happened, and it looks like it has involved the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Just gets dumped by Chase Elliott in turn 3. Elliott gets into Stenhouse, sends Ricky crashing to the outside wall, and he just tags CODY WARE, I mean, just a little bit. And Stenhouse will still be in this race, but he'll be severely damaged and off the pace for the rest of the night. So now that caution's shaking up strategy. Lap 38, it is Kyle Larson and Bubba Wallace leading us to the green flag. Of course, Bubba Wallace from brand new Chumba Casino paint scheme this week, and Kyle Larson running that special Hendrick 1,100 miles paint scheme after running the Indy 500 earlier today. Larson will clear Bubba Wallace to the race lead, and Kyle Larson leads the Coca-Cola 600 on lap 38 as he tries to complete 1,100 miles in one day. But here comes his teammate, the 9 of Chase Elliott, to the inside lane, and Elliott surges to the lead here in Charlotte. Elliott leading the 600 here on lap 40, passing Kyle Larson, but not for much longer. Here comes Bubba Wallace in the 23. Bubba shoots by Chase Elliott on the inside lane, and Bubba Wallace takes the lead here in Charlotte, having an impressive start to the night as he tries to win his first ever Coke 600 as Kyle Larson continues to make a move to the inside. Here comes Larson once again on lap 49. Larson continues to be so strong, and now Larson drives his way to the lead. He will go by Bubba Wallace, new leader in the Coke 600, Kyle Larson. But then Bubba Wallace found his way back by just a few laps later on lap 54. So a great battle here between Bubba Wallace and Kyle Larson in the Coke 600 for the race. He goes above. A caution comes out. Denny Hamlin, the 11, gets tagged by Alex Bowman. Hamlin crashes hard in the outside wall, and we got our second caution of the night here in the Coke 600 for Denny Hamlin, getting some damage. The 11 will not be able to continue that strong momentum. Of course, he won the All-Star race in our simulations just last week. Now gets caught up in an early wreck while running up inside the top 10. He'll have his work cut out for him to get back into contention. So now back underway on lap 62. 39 to go in stage 1. A easy restart for Chase Elliott. He drives right by Bubba Wallace. And Elliott will once again be your race leader with Bubba in second, followed by Chase Briscoe in third. How about Kyle Busch up there in the top 5? There's Carson Hocevar right there in the picture. Joey Logano in the wall. The 22 gets too high up the racetrack. He goes up into the wall. Of course, in real life, running a Scott McLaughlin Indy 500 lookalike scheme. That's not in the game yet, so I have his Joseph Newgarden scheme that he ran at Daytona. But at the front, Bubba Wallace found his way by Chase Elliott in turn 3. What a move. Bubba Wallace leading the way here in stage 1, having an amazing run, but not for much longer. Here comes the 20 of Christopher Bell. Elliott 3 wide for the lead here in the Charlotte. Stenhouse and Bubba bounce off the wall. Near disaster, almost wrecks all 3 of your leaders. Elliott kept his foot in it and goes all the way to the lead. What a move by Chase Elliott. He takes the lead in the Coke 600. And now here comes the 20 of Christopher Bell to the inside here on lap 84 with 17 to go on the stage. Christopher Bell takes the lead here in Charlotte. And just a quick note, the 34 Todd Gilliland had a gearbox failure. He will finish in dead last tonight. He's the first car out of the race, mechanical issue. Meanwhile, last lap of stage 1, Christopher Bell well on his way to the stage win as he puts Connor Zilich and Daniel Suarez another lap down and through turn 4 for the final time. Christopher Bell is going to win stage 1 here in the Coke 600. Second place will be Alex Bowman, Bubba Wallace, Chase Elliott, and Tyler Reddick, the top 5, followed by Josh Berry, Brad Keselowski, Carson Hocevar, Ryan Blaney, and William Byron, your top 10. C. Bell picks up the stage 1 win here in the Coke 600 in dominating fashion. So now we move on to stage number 2. Bell and Bowman lead us the green flag back underway here with 96 to go here in stage number 2. Of course, this is NASCAR's longest night, 600 miles, 400 laps, 4 stages. So this is the race where you can earn the most points of any race this season. You can earn up to 70. Christopher Bell trying to do just that as he takes the race lead away from Bowman on the restart. And Bell once again in control here in the Coke 600 early in stage 2, continuing to show that winning speed he had just a year ago. Now the 12 of Ryan Blaney, super slow on the racetrack, almost takes out the leaders, merging after exiting pit road. Some damage to the back and the side of Ryan Blaney's car. The 12, some sort of significant issue on Ryan Blaney. He was running top 5, top 10 all night, and all of a sudden, huge issue for Ryan Blaney. He's going to put him multiple laps down off the pace and take him out of contention for this race. Now here comes the 45 of Tyler Reddick, almost gets into Connor Zilich to get by the lap car, and Reddick is now back in, well, he was leading for the first time in the Coke 600 on lap 140. Tyler Reddick leads Christopher Bell in the Coke 600. In lap 144, Reddick and Bell approaching trouble. Caution out. There's some smoke up ahead. Denny Hamlin and Ty Gibbs go crushing. Cody Ware and Reddick and Bell, your leaders. Bubba Wallace also collected. My goodness. The Toyotas who were dominating this race just all crashed because AJ Allmendinger turned Cody Ware in turn 2. Ware slides down the track, gets drilled by Ty Gibbs, which will take out the 54. Then he hits Denny Hamlin, which will take out Denny Hamlin. That's 2 Toyotas. And he gets a third, a fourth, and a fifth Toyota, collecting Reddick, Bell, and Bubba Wallace. Unbelievable. Bowman also gets a little bit of damage here. What a shocking turn of events here in Charlotte. That's going to take out Reddick and Bubba Wallace, 2 of the 3 2311 cars who were arguably the fastest out there. Christopher Bell now is significantly damaged. Ty Gibbs and Denny Hamlin are out of this race. Wow. All because AJ Allmendinger turned Cody Ware and caused a huge pileup. We are down to now just 32 cars in this race. 33 cars in this race. Denny Hamlin will end up coming home in 37th. Ty Gibbs 36th. Tyler Reddick 35th. Bubba Wallace 34th. Just like that, 4 Toyotas who were really fast taken out of this race. And now Chase Elliott leads his Hendrick teammate of Alex Bowman midway through stage 2 in a wild Coke 600 so far here tonight. And here comes the 48 of Bowman to the inside. It's Chase Elliott here on that 155, and Bowman drives his way back into the race lead, going by Chase Elliott here on lap 155 in Charlotte. He goes by Elliott, but now here comes the 24 William Byron, who goes by Chase Elliott for the lead here on lap 162. So now Byron out front for the first time since the early laps of this race here in Charlotte, as he'll scrap it out with his Hendrick teammates of Elliott and Bowman. How about the 77 of Carson Hocevar riding the Dente all the way to the front of the field? Hocevar now in the top 3, fighting for the lead, having an impressive night so far. And here he goes with the race lead. Here comes Carson Hocevar. On lap 169, he sends it by Chase Elliott, and Hocevar, your new leader here in the Coke 600, continuing to have phenomenal pace throughout his sophomore season. Now he tries to block Alex Bowman, doesn't work. Bowman shoots by Hocevar on the inside, and now Bowman takes the lead back here with 26 to go in stage 2. As what a race you're having here in the 600. Now here comes Carson Hocevar once again. They use Jimmy Johnson and Josh Bilicki, the lap cars, to their advantage. And now Carson Hocevar back to the front here in Charlotte, going by Alex Bowman. What a drive from Carson Hocevar. Not even a caution has come out here on the racetrack with just 15 to go in the stage. And it's going to be because Shane Van Gisbergen's upside down. SVG is flipping upside down. Michael McDowell's car is destroyed. And I just looking around to see who was in the pits as well. And the 5, Kyle Larson, it's over. He will not become the second driver to complete 1,100 miles of racing on Memorial Day weekend as he crashes out of the Coke 600 on lap 189. Kyle Larson is out. He will finish in 32nd place here tonight. That's a disappointing end to what could have been such an impressive weekend for the 2021 Cup Series champion. Now, meanwhile, back for the race for the lead. Alex Bowman once again is going to get to the inside of Carson Hocevar. Can he clear him? This time for the lead with just 8 laps to go in Stage 2. Playoff point and stage points are on the line here, and Bowman takes the lead away from Carson Hocevar, coming to just 7 to go in Stage 2 in the Coca-Cola 600. Now here we are with just 2 to go in the stage. Bowman's teammate Chase Elliott gets a huge run, swings low, and Elliott is going to find his way back to the race lead. A big push from the young Carson Hocevar, and now Chase Elliott and Bowman still going to be side by side. Bowman giving Elliott all he's got here down the backstretch, trying to stay in the conversation for the stage win, but Chase Elliott will clear his teammate, and now Elliott in position to pick up the stage win. Final lap, Stage 2. Elliott, Hocevar, Bowman, Byron, and Berry. It is a 5-car battle for the stage win. Chase Briscoe lurking in the background in 6th. But it is Chase Elliott who is clear as Bowman and Hocevar continue to slow each other down by battling each other hard for that second position on the racetrack. But down the backstretch and through 3 and 4 of the final time in this second stage and midway point of the race, it is going to be Chase Elliott picking up his second stage win of the season. Elliott wins Stage 2 in the 600, followed up by Bowman, Byron, Hocevar, and Berry the top 5. Briscoe 6th, Kyle Busch, Chris Buescher, Ross Chastain, Justin Haley the top 10. Lots of killer bees at the front of the field, including a Hendrick 1, 2, 3. Christopher Bell took Stage 1, then got crashed. Chase Elliott now takes Stage 2. We'll see what happens here in the third of our 4 stages here tonight. So now it is Alex Bowman and Chase Elliott leading us back to the green here with 96 to go in Stage 3. So far, 2 stages, 2 different stage winners to Christopher Bell and Chase Elliott. Of course, that second stage so wild with Christopher Bell, Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin all being taken out in that one crash. Bell is still in this race, by the way. He's just hanging to the back end of the lead lap. And now here comes William Byron to the inside of Alex Bowman for the race lead. And Byron back to the front here on lap 212, going by his teammates of Bowman. But now Chase Elliott, the other Hendrick Motorsports car left in this race, zooms by William Byron on the outside lane. And Chase Elliott continues to be very strong in this race. He's back to the front once more as he continues to look like it's a Hendrick battle for the win. William Byron out of the inside of Elliott, and Byron takes the lead here on lap 248. They just have now lapped Christopher Bell in 17th place for the first time tonight. Bell just surviving, trying to salvage whatever points he can as his car. Not nearly the speed it did earlier with the damage. And now caution, I believe, is out on the race. A huge crash. Eric Jones, Daniel Suarez, and J.J. Yaley in turn 2 all crashed. We missed the start of it. We only catch the end where Jones just gets collected there at the end. Bowman barely threads the needle. And those guys are far enough apart where all the leaders are able to get by safely without taking themselves out like Reddick Wallace did earlier. So William Byron leads the Coke 600 here, and now with just 24 to go in the stage, Chase Elliott swings to the inside lane, and Chase Elliott is back to the front here in the Coke 600 with 23 to go in Stage 3. Now, how about the 21 of Josh Berry for the Wood Brothers, ships by Chase Elliott in that Aero Ford on the outside lane, and now Josh Berry to the lead on the last lap of Stage 3. Looks like Josh Berry is going to pick up his first stage win of the season, an impressive run for Wood Brothers Racing here in the Coke 600. Josh Berry wins the third stage of the Coke 600. Elliott second, Hocevar and Byron third and fourth. Briscoe rounds out the top 5. Then Kyle Busch, Chris Buescher, Chase Briscoe. Sorry, not Chase Briscoe. Kyle Busch, Chris Buescher, Joey Logano, Justin Haley, and Ross Chastain, your top 10. So Josh Berry picks up the Stage 3 win here. 3 different stage winners so far tonight. Now, who is going to win the race as we have approached the final stage here in the Coca-Cola 600? 96 laps remain, and here we go. The Hendrick teammates back on the front row continue to dominate this race of William Byron and Chase Elliott, but don't count out sneaky Chase Briscoe right there in third. He's been quiet all night, but slowly put himself in a great spot to contend. Behind us, Joey Logano's in the wall hard, almost wrecks with Ty Dillon on exit of turn 2. They managed to save it. We stay green. We continue on racing here throughout the pack. Back to front, Chase Elliott has easily cleared his teammate Byron. Chris Buescher now knocking the wall down behind them. Another caution has come out. Josh Balicki has crashed out of this race. He will finish 27th in his number 66 for Garage 66 Racing. So now 84 to go in the 600. Byron, Elliott, Hocevar, the top 3 here in Charlotte. So Byron really strong here tonight and will continue to battle his teammate Elliott for the lead. Byron in control. Holds the race lead. Elliott right there side by side for the lead. Carson Hocevar still trying to play spoiler there in third place, looking for that first career win. Would be a massive upset if he could do it in the Coke 600 of all races. Behind us, Chris Buescher in the wall again for the second restart in a row. The 17 continues to lose track position, and Byron leads the way here in Charlotte. Now Chase Elliott's found his way back into the race lead now with just 76 laps remaining. Elliott out front, Byron and Hocevar duel for second. So let's see what Chase Elliott can do here. But caution's out on the racetrack. I just saw the caution flag wave. Chris Buescher is involved. It's like Chris Buescher crashed with Connor Zilich, and Christopher Bell gets the final nail in his coffin for tonight. Christopher Bell will be out of this race. Crashing out, joining him in the garage will be Chris Buescher and the rookie of Connor Zilich, who learned a lot, I would say, in this race tonight. Lasting a good 320 laps in the Coke 600 is no easy feat. And then he finally gets taken out. Zilich will finish 26th in the second ever NASCAR Cup Series start. Christopher Bell will finish 25th place after all his hard work trying to salvage points, and Chris Buescher will end up in 24th. Now Chase Elliott leads here with 64 laps to go, but William Byron has found his way back into the race lead here with just 49 laps to go in the Coke 600. Now Byron is coming for his scheduled green flag pit stop here with just 46 laps to go, and that is going to cycle the lead out to the 21 of Josh Berry, your stage 3 winner, in the lead here, trying to hold on and find his way to victory lane. Now Berry comes in, as does Chase Briscoe, and that will now cycle the lead out to the 22 of Joey Logano, who's going to lead his first lap of the night here with just 42 laps to go. And now Logano comes in on lap 360 with 41 to go, and that will give the lead back to William Byron. And now a white flag in the air, final lap presented by Credit One Bank here in the Coca-Cola 600 for William Byron, who has absolutely driven away in this final stage up to that pit cycle. No one's been able to keep up with him, not even Chase Elliott, and he's well on his way to his 3rd win of the season and his first ever Coca-Cola 600 trophy as through turn 4 for the final time with a dominant final stage. William Byron is going to win the Coke 600, his 10th career victory. Second place will go to Chase Elliott. Josh Berry, 3rd place. Carson Hocevar, 4th. And the top 5 will be rounded out by the 19 of Chase Briscoe. Logano, Bowman, Kyle Busch, Justin Haley, and Ross Chastain, the rest of the top 10, all 1 lap down. Byron leads 133 of 400 laps en route to the victory. Of course, his first in the Coca-Cola 600 and the 10th win of his young career so far. So here are your final race results. Byron, the winner, leads a Hendrick 1-2 with Chase Elliott second. Josh Berry, best finish of the season in 3rd. Carson Hocevar, career best 4th place finish. Another quietly strong run from Chase Briscoe in the top 5. Logano 6th. Bowman rebounds from that issue in stage 3 to come home 7th. Kyle Busch, Justin Haley, Ross Chastain continue to get some solid top 10s here as we go through this regular season. Then through the rest of the grid there. How about Jimmy Johnson surviving all the chaos and bringing home a top 20 finish in his 700th career start. Blaney, Bell, they all had those issues. They all suffered. Zilich, Kyle Larson, Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, Ty Gibbs, Denny Hamlin. A number of guys all collected by Rex. Bubba Wallace did get the Xfinity fastest lap point as well. So here are your updated Cup Series playoff grid halfway through the regular season, and we still only have 7 race winners. Byron now taking the top spot on the playoff grid away from Ross Chastain. Each driver, though, with 3 wins apiece. Chase Briscoe, Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace sit pretty comfortably above the cut line at the moment. Stenhouse still 29 to the good in 12th. AJ Allmendinger, Austin Cindric, Brad Keselowski right there in that bubble area. And then Josh Berry climbs his way all the way to the bubble, 4 points above Kyle Busch. Ryan Preece, Ty Dillon, and Ryan Blaney right there on the outside looking in, going into Nashville next week. So congrats to William Byron winning the Coca-Cola 600. And as we end this episode, as always, I'm going to give a special shout out to my channel members. Thank you very much to Brandon Breen and Jeremy Isley for your support. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Helps this channel and I continue to grow, produce some awesome content. Now on our road to 2,000 subscribers. So those of you that are watching this video and are not subscribed, please do subscribe. It's completely free. It only takes a couple of seconds. I would really, really appreciate it. If you want to become a paid channel member, support me in that way. Link is down below. Until next week in Nashville, I hope you all have a good one.